Don't shoot the messenger, but I have some fall trends for you. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kura, and I believe that when you feel good, you look good. So in this channel, I show you how to take luxury and affordable fashion and use them as tools to help you look and feel your best. Alright guys, let's talk about some fall fashion. I know, we still have 4 or 5 weeks left, but the point is here, it's coming. Summer's coming to an end. I don't want to believe it, but it's happening. I think what's funny is that when people do these videos, people get mad at the person giving the information. You guys, I'm not making these trends. I'm just telling you what's going to be on trend, whether you like them or you don't. What I'm really noticing and what's really good about a lot of these fall trends is that we can shop our closets with a lot of these things. Some of these things really haven't changed, which is phenomenal. Luckily, a lot of the things are still in fashion. There are some new things. So yeah, I'm talking. Let's go. The first fall trends that we're going to get into are the fall shoe trends. So a lot of things are not new here. We're talking knee-high boots. They were out for a very long time. I personally never stopped wearing them because I love a good knee-high boot. But they were seen as out for a while, okay? But they are back, totally acceptable. We are still seeing them in pointy toe styles, like I love, that's my favorite. They're doing square toe, which I don't love as much, even though it's new and it's fresh. It makes my feet look weird, so it's not something that I love. But it's Bottega vibes, right? It's kind of come from the Bottega vibes. And you guys, I know a lot of you guys are gonna hate this. Some of you might love it, and some of you will. But the lug sole knee-high boot is not going anywhere. I know a lot of people thought that it would not stay in, but it's in. It's here. I can't say if it's going next year or not, but it's still very in. So if you're one of the people who purchased a heavy lug sole Bottega or Bottega adjacent boot, they're still in, you still got your money's worth, and get ready to wear them this fall. There are some really beautiful options for all three of them. They have some really cute options at, I had a few of these. For the pointy toe knee-high boot, the Schuss Mariana boot is a beautiful option. Paris, Texas has beautiful options. And even Steve Madden, I believe this boot is called Showbiz, beautiful. Whether you want to spend Paris, Texas money, Schuss money, or Steve Madden money, it's all there for you if you like that style of boot. As far as the square toe option, you have a lot from Stowed. These particular ones from Stowed, I'm not quite sure how you say it, people say it differently. They're not completely square toe, but they square off at the toe. So you're still getting that look. And the lug sole boot also comes in 3 different price points. You have your Bottega, you have your Stowed, and you even have your Steve Madden. And the lug sole boot, just like before, is not only coming in knee-high styles, but they're also coming in shorter styles, ankle styles. Sticking with boots, we have something that is very reminiscent in my head of the 80s and the 90s. Seen on many different runways, but one that comes to mind is on the Louis Vuitton runway. They had slouchy boots. And honestly, we've seen these before. In fact, they're already out in different price points. Paris, Texas has some ankle slouchy boots that I think are really, really cute. I even found a pair on Nordstrom Rack that were on sale, but they're also on Shopbop, full price, but they're gorgeous. There was a pair on Reese that are also just very, very pretty if this is your style. And they even have a pair at Vince Camuto that has that slouchy trend that's going to be so big. So coming in at all price points, if you like that, they are out there and there are options for you. There are so many trends that I can't talk about, but I just want to tell you guys, I didn't pick out all of them, just the things that I think were a little bit interesting, right? So the next 2 I'm going to put together, they are platforms and the lifted loafer. The lifted loafers were seen at Tod's, Prada, and Max Mara, while platforms were seen at Versace and Prada, right? So that really big, chunky 70s/90s style is totally back, and it has been, but it's continuing. You know, they say that if you have been around 3 times for a trend to come back, you shouldn't wear it on the 3rd time. This is my 2nd time for this trend coming back, because this was in the 90s and the early 2000s. So this is my 2nd time for this trend, the lifted loafer in the platforms, and it's making me feel a little bit old. It's making me feel a little bit old. So I know this is a trend that not everyone's gonna like, but it's out there, right? And I have seen some people do it in beautiful ways. You guys have seen me try the Gucci slides that you cussed me out for. And I know now that didn't really work for me, but I've seen some people do, like, just do it so nicely. Zara has a lifted loafer. Like I said, Prada does. Stuart Weitzman, and of course Gucci. Gucci has this lifted loafer, 70s/90s kind of look. And as far as platforms go, again, I've seen some at Steve Madden, Schutz, Stuart Weitzman. On the affordable scale, Jeffrey Campbell. Again, Jeffrey Campbell, like Stella McCartney, is one of those brands that just really never stopped making this kind of style. Alright, so let's move on to some quick bag trends. Again, it's a lot of the things, or a few of the things that we have already been seeing. So we've been seeing a lot of chains on bags. The new mini Antigona, the new mini Antigona has a chain on it now. They're selling with a little chain on the front. If you watch me, if you follow me on Instagram, you knew that I took my Coach bag and put a really pretty chain on it, just to kind of bring it up to date. They have these chain details at Zara, Louis Vuitton, Chanel. Well, Chanel does chains like none other. Valentino, that new top handle, not new, but the Valentino top handle bag with the chain. They're everywhere, and it's still going to be going for fall. Again, that clutch that Bottega really started and put it out there is still in. It was seen at Ulla Johnson and Fendi, and we are still loving a clutch. I've told you guys before about the Mansur Gavriel clutch, which is fantastic, but they also have these clutches at, I found one, you guys, at Theory Outlet. First of all, did you guys know there was a Theory outlet? I don't know how I found it, and if you knew, why didn't you tell me? I had no idea there was a Theory outlet. Anyway, I found this really beautiful suede clutch for like $100 at Theory outlet, and of course that beautiful Fendi asymmetrical, just beautifulness is always an option. So you got your chain detail, you have your clutches, and I've been preaching this for months, your big and hobo bags. The Bottega extra large beautiful hobo bag that not everybody's going to be able to afford, but everyone could love, has many different options and many different dupes. DSW, guys, look at this one. This DSW woven bag is not as big as the jumbo, but it is kind of giving me Jody, somewhere between Jody, the Bottega Jody, and the extra large hobo. It's giving me that type of vibe. It looks very, very cute. Stowed has tons of hobo options, so if you don't care, if you don't want it to look like Bottega, if you don't care about the weaving, stowed, which one is it, guys? They have tons of options that I've been looking at for a long time if you like a big bag. And if none of that is good for you and you really just want a Bottega bag, I would strongly suggest going on the secondhand market. Is what I did. I went in Fashion File and I found a nice big Bottega hobo. Now it doesn't have the knot on it because this version is new, but I still love it, so I'm really happy to have it and can't wait till it gets here. Okay, so very quickly, let's talk about colors because colors are very important. This season, we are going for really saturated, beautiful colors. I'm actually extremely excited about a lot of these colors that are coming up, but the ones that I wanted to point out were a few of them actually, but these two browns first. One is called Root Beer. It's this deep brown that's gonna look really good in the fall. And the other brown is called Adobe, which is a lighter brown. It looks like it has some reddy, orangey undertones, and it's just die for. The green, I've told you guys about this in my last video. A lot of different greens will be in style, but this particularly grass is just it. We've seen it already this summer, but it's so good for fall. And kind of a weird color for fall, because you're usually thinking about this for the spring and the summer, is fuchsia. Fuchsia is going to be huge. Now, I love this idea. I love doing color during the winter and the fall because we always, especially here in New York, a lot of us just switch over to black and brown and gray and it gets boring. Imagine having a beautiful fuchsia coat, right? I mean, right? Right? So I love the idea of fuchsia. And then the other color that I'm very excited about is a pale pink. They call it pale rosetta. If you watched my luxury unboxing video when I showed you second purse, which is the purse from Cochinelle, it's a similar color to that. That's why I was so happy to get it, first on sale, and two, because I knew that this color was going to be a big color. So think outside the box a little bit this fall when it comes to colors. If you're like, whatever sis, I still want to wear my burgundy, awesome. You know what matches really well with burgundy? Pink, that rosetta pink, or even fuchsia. Still want to wear gray? A lot of those colors still go with gray. Just think about wearing your normal fall colors, but adding in pops of color. All right, so let's move on to a few clothing items. Like I said, guys, there's tons of trends. I just wanted to touch on a few of them. So cutouts. Cutouts were big in spring and summer, and guess what? They are still big in the fall. They were seen on Versace runways, I believe, and on Zimmerman. Gosh, Zimmerman, beautiful, right? So it has already made its way down to the high street into sweaters. I saw this beautiful sweater at COS stores. That comes in pink and in beige, and it has cutouts just right here, which I think is a really beautiful way to participate in the trend if you want to. If you're not comfortable with your other parts of your body being out. Just right here in the décolletage area is beautiful. Another thing that's kind of crossing over are knit sets, or sets in general, but particularly knit sets. We have been seeing tons of sets. I have worn tons of sets this summer and since last year in 2020, just because it was just easy. Didn't really think about it. It's crossing over. Luckily, you don't have to go and buy a ton more, but it's still here. What I love about the knit set is that it can be dressed up or down, but I love it to be able to wear it with sneakers so I could run to bodega, or heels at dinner or something, if you're going to work, if your church is opened up, back up, something like that. It is just gorgeous. It's beautiful. I'm very excited they're still here. Okay, the two last things are very reminiscent of 2007, 2008, right? So on the runways at Prada and Givenchy, we saw a lot of faux fur. Me in particular, I never really stopped wearing faux fur because I am a little extra, but I did definitely dial back on it a lot. And I was switching it out for wool coats and fuzzier like material teddy coats. But faux fur, according to the runway, is back. With the rise of people not wanting to wear real fur, the faux fur industry now, in my opinion, the faux fur looks much better now. I don't want to say it looks realistic, but it looks more rich, a little more quality. And the last thing I want to talk about is statement vest. This is so 2008, 2009 to me. But if you know anything about fashion, you know that it is circular and it goes around and around. So this is back, right? So seen at the runways of Chloe and Chanel, we saw this beautiful statement vest. This has already made it to the high street. I found two on River Island, and I think they're pretty cute. You have to have a certain kind of way to style this without making it look too dated or making you look too bulky. But yeah, if styled correctly, I could see this being really, really cute. Well, anyway, guys, that's all I have. Like I said, there are tons of trends. I probably will do another video because we're not really into fall yet, right? I mean, we have like 5 weeks left of summer. I just wanted to give you a heads up and kind of open your eyes to what you should be or can be looking for. Or really, honestly, you guys, wear whatever you want. I just like to bring trends to you because I think it's fun, whether I wear them or not. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you in my next video.